r/ask Reddit. What do you feel like you're missing out on? Having a best friend. I see people talking about just showing up at their friend's house unannounced, doing everything with those person, knowing everything about that person. I wouldn't even say that I have one good friend. Edit. I would like to clarify, this does not give me any form of depression or honestly real sadness. I just feel like I missed something. Shit happens. Please stop responding to me. I can't sleep with my phone buzzing every 30 seconds. Shit, this is the one that hurts me most. Like, I can think back to every friend that I've considered to be my best friend and I don't think I can say that I was theirs. I feel that. Life. How are you supposed to be able to do anything when a majority of your day goes to work? Edit. So basically, the options are embrace work, manage time better, don't work as much, or get a new job. Hang in there, everyone. And yes, I accept PMs. Edit 2. Just to clarify, I'm not saying I don't want to work at all. I'm saying I want to work less. I know I'd be much happier and more productive both in and out of the workplace if I had less hours in a day or a 4-day work week, or something along those lines. I've been working full time for a year now and I'm ready for retirement. You know what grinds my gears? Millennials always get shit for being lazy and not wanting to work. Yep, no shit. Absolutely no one would work if they were given the choice. Traveling. You haven't even visited the majority of the United States, let alone the world. There's some upfront costs, and it takes some getting used to. But camping really opens up budget travel options in the US. Campgrounds are everywhere. They're always cheaper than hotels. Plus you can cook in camp, and you'll be closer to the attraction. This is obviously true for national parks. You can camp in Yellowstone for 2 weeks for less than a single night at the cheap lodge, but most theme parks also have campgrounds nearby, and a lot of big cities also have a campgrounds or two along the waterfront. It's cheaper to stay in the Staten Island campground and take the free ferry to the city than it is to park overnight in Manhattan. You do sometimes get rained on, though. Shout out to free campsites. Net, it's exactly how it sounds except half the time you need a 4x4 car. Edit. Okay, this got more traction than I thought. People, if you go to these campsites, please leave them as they were before you got there and don't litter. Except for that, have a good one. Good memories. I have no good memories of childhood to look back on. No holidays I think back to and smile about. No birthdays. Day to day was at the very least drab and dark and sad. I see all these posts about having a fun or exciting or just overall a nice childhood and I feel like that's something someone shouldn't have missed out on. That's the saddest one I have read yet. Yeah, like all the others can be changed. People can find someone, go traveling, get a new job, but this guy's childhood is gone. No getting it back. Going out on the town. Like to bars and clubs and stuff. I've never done this at any point in my life and I have no idea how. Step 1. Uber to bar. Step 2. Drink at bar. Bonus. Drink enough to dance. Step 3. Fun. Step 4. Wake up crying when you see your bank balance. If you're Ubering, just drink before so you don't spend as much at the bar. You'll already be ready to dance too. Having friends as far back as I can remember, it's always been hard for me. For whatever reason I never naturally learned how to make them. Now I'm in my late 20s and life is going well. Good job, in shape, good hobbies. But I honestly didn't have a single friend to go to Halloween with, or the 4th of July, and so only follow all the standard advice of go to meetups or follow your hobbies and make lots of great meetup or hobby friends. But nothing comes out of that as a general friend. And a lot of times the relationships don't feel like they should. I'm the same. I have lots of acquaintances but don't know how to grow those into friends. Can't seem to move on from small talk to whatever the next step is to become friends. If it wasn't for family I wouldn't have anyone to go to holiday events with. I feel you on this one. Had friends throughout school and realized shortly after that I put in a lot of effort and they didn't. Now I am 35. I had a friend last couple years and he turned super religious and weird. Now I have no friends. I do have a wife, which isn't has been my best friend, and a daughter, but it sure would be nice to have another guy to hang out with and do fun stuff. A relationship knowing what it's like to have someone genuinely want me and to be with me. I feel like I've been a little starved of affection and I'm a little worried that might mean that I'll accept any form of affection I'm given in the future, even if it's unhealthy. Edit. I'm so surprised at the kind of attention this comment got. I'll reply to them all at some point because they're so nice, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been kind and given me advice. And to those who feel the same way as me, I hope you guys find the love you're looking for. I can relate to this. There are times where I'd like to have someone else to talk to aside from family. Having a girlfriend who cares about me would honestly make me quite happy. I can relate it to, I've dated a few guys but never had a serious relationship. Never even dated someone longer than a few months. It's rough because I'd really like to have that experience. It'd be nice to have someone to fall asleep with, wake up next to and just randomly hang out and cuddle with. The kind of passionate love people write songs about. You know what sucks balls? Loving passionately someone who loves you in a lukewarm way. Having to leave them because you're unhappy with the only person you ever loved that way. So yeah, I've known that kind of love. But it hurts so bad when it goes sour. So bad. I am so sorry this is happening to you. No one deserves to be treated like you are being treated. However, it sounds like you have a strong support system. Family and friends who are willing to stand by you. While asking for help can suck, I would highly recommend asking them for help with childcare, place to stay, food, etc. and then leave him. Also look into resources in your area. Look into food banks, childcare programs, financial support for single mothers. You can do this. It will be scary and it will be hard, but whether or not you feel it, you are incredibly tough and incredibly strong. Already you've weathered many storms. And remember, you cannot grow when you have such a heavy weight around your neck. Your children will struggle to form ideas of healthy relationships when all they see is you working and your husband not supporting you. You all deserve more. I used to get really bad intrusive thoughts of how everyone else is off having fun while I'm here depressed and alone. I've gotten better about it over the past 2 years, but still have my bad days. Minor edit for phrase corrections. And since people are asking, yes, my username is serious. Take me up on it if you need. I used to deal with the same thing. Just remember that what you see on Instagram and Facebook is only a snapshot of a moment. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a picture that I would envy on the outside. And I think about it like, that's a fun picture, but that night wasn't fun at all. That's not the point. Good night, bad night, doesn't matter. They're out doing something and not stuck home jacking off to Riley Reid. Deep, meaningful relationships with people I genuinely care and want to learn more about. Meeting people who make me grow and want to become a better person. I don't open up to people easily, and the one time I did expose myself completely, I got hurt deeply and I don't think I will heal. Deleted. As always, Reddit. You take things too far. Had someone stalk through my post history and found me IRL. I get that it's my own fault for leaving enough clues on here. At the same time, not appropriate. Please leave me alone. That actually sounds like a cool concept, but I could see myself falling for someone I've never met or seen who lives on the other side of the earth. I'm the wrong kind of person for that, especially since writing with someone and actually being in the same room with them can be so vastly different. It's funny kinda. Dating. I'm 27. I've never had a serious relationship, mostly because I've just never tried to. I've always felt pretty content being single. The idea of having another person that closely involved seems scary and uncomfortable and alien to me, but other people seem to enjoy it so much. It fulfills them and makes their lives better. The human experience just seems so defined by the idea of love and companionship sometimes, and it's just something I don't really get. The best thing about relationships for me is trying new things that they're into and showing them things you enjoy. I've always played games and read sci-fi, but then I met my wife who is huge on high fantasy and anime. I'd never been to a convention and hadn't even thought to check for any around. She took me to one and it was a blast. Immediately scheduled vacation for a bigger one a few months away and dressed up as a red mage for it. Basically, she took a life that I was happy in and turned it up to 11. Best thing that has ever happened to me. Wow, this I'm a big skier and hockey guy. My girlfriend is into cycling and hiking. I used to be like WTF. Why would someone want to walk for fun? And now every weekend I'm like, let's go explore. I bought a road bike so I could keep up with her. And a camera to take photos, videos on our hikes and travels. I still do me stuff. But I also do her stuff. Stuff I would have never tried or known how to get into. I think the trick is expanding yourself, rather than changing who you are. I went into this post expecting things like RDR2, yoga, watching movies or being healthy or something. For some reason, ended up questioning my entire life. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up overnight. Thanks for the gold, stranger, I guess. And stay strong, everyone. This thread is depressing AF. My teenage years. I always stay inside and rarely do anything exciting. I've never gone to a party, had a girlfriend, or rarely go out. Same. I'm not sure, but it seems like I am hearing about parties amongst my peers, or at least fun stuff. They do stuff. I do not. Parties get really old really fast. The first one, maybe the first two, were fun. The stupid shit that people do at parties gets annoying very quickly. It just depends on your personality. Some people are social animals and thrive in those situations. Some people would rather hang out at home with a few of their close friends. There is nothing wrong with either of those options. Most things. Half the time I'm living under a rock because I do what I enjoy and not much else. This means, when not at work or visiting family who invite me to places occasionally, I sit at home cooking my own food, teaching myself to play the piano, messing around with Adobe stuff, and playing a shit ton of video games. It's a good life. I'm happy and all. I learn new things most days. I enjoy doing what I do, and I'm not in any sort of financial trouble. But I don't see a lot of new things or have new experiences unless they're related to food or gaming. And it also means there's a stupidly low chance of me getting a girlfriend anytime soon unless I make some major lifestyle changes. I can count all my problems on one hand, but can also count all the things I do on the other one. Hi to a fellow under the rock liver. I enjoy spending time alone so much. I also decided to not use social media a while back. So basically I'll live on the dark side on the moon. Are we really missing out though? Cause I am really happy that way. Sure, it's hard to find a significant other. I recently picked up a very social hobby. Now I have a date coming up and I am horrified that I will have to go through this stress on my day off, and I'd rather stay at home and do my thing. Don't bail. Do not bail. If you call it off same day due to nervousness, laziness or general IDGAF attitude, you will always wonder what it could have been like, how it would have gone. You'll probably get cold feet, but just go there. Rather go and regret doing so than staying home as always and wondering what if. From a previous under the rock liver. Reese's Cups. I've had a peanut allergy my whole life, so I've never gotten to taste one. According to my friends last night, I'm missing out on a lot. As someone with allergies to every nut but peanuts, this is how I feel about Almond Joys. Edit. Today I learned nut allergies finally have an upside. Youth. I have chronic pain and fatigue among other issues, and they seem to compound. Had to leave uni. Spend a lot of my days sleeping or running from doctor to doctor. When I was a kid I was grounded for sleeping too much and even told I was sneaking out at night. Open bracket. I wish. Now I'm 21 and nothing's changed. Just tired and watching everything else happen. What is your chronic pain from, or does there not seem to be a cause? Do you think it could be an autoimmune related issue? Fibro, PCOS, and endo. I also have tons of kidney stones for my age. Unfortunately all the doctors in my area don't do much for fibro, and I'm on my way to managing it how I need to on my own. Life in general. I feel that's so hard. I was just telling my coworker how I always want to go out and do stuff and be invited to things, but I always decide to just stay home. Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I have been increasingly depressed and almost didn't do anything. No costume, decorations, nothing. What's the point? I finally forced myself to decorate just for the trick-or-treaters. Hey, I feel that. I end up cancelling at the last minute a lot. Good job getting those decorations up. You didn't have to do that, but you did. You could have turned the lights off and pretended you weren't home, but you put in the effort. That's awesome. We slave away just to survive. Same thing every single ducking day. Every month goes by like a second. Before you know it, you're dead. Welcome to hell. Wolf of Wall Street came out 5 years ago. It's been 5 months since Anthony Bourdain died. It's only 14 months until 2020. We slave away just to survive literally. When has this ever not been the case for 99% of humans who aren't born to the extremely wealthy? If anything, we are closer than ever to a reality where an appreciable amount of people in society will not need to work to survive. Maybe in 30-40 years. And they will be the first. But in the meantime, it's kind of weird to have a problem with we need to work to survive. Whether it's tilling the land for crops, hunting game for the tribe, or marching long miles to follow the herd, fixing cars, or working as an accountant for money, it's always been work to survive. 100,000 years ago, before the invention of agriculture, people would spend 4-5 hours per day hunting and gathering to feed their village. Then they'd be done. What's weird is that, with all of the gigantic technological advances over the past several hundred years, even in the wealthiest country on earth, we're somehow still working even more than back then. Not saying it was better to live back then, just that people worked less. Yoga pants seem pretty sweet. I know they make them for guys, but I really don't think I could pull that look off. Just wear a long skirt over your yoga pants. Nobody will be able to see that you're wearing yoga pants and it'll look cute. I wear yoga pants with basketball shorts over them when I go to the gym. Comfy as duck. Sex. People are so obsessed with it and act like they're hooking up with a new person every week because of Tinder. But I've never had that experience once. It's not worth it. Trust me, once you experience it, you realize it's a whole lot of nothing for a few moments of pleasure. The whole hookup culture is extremely overrated in my opinion. Obviously some people are built for it and like it, but for me, the emotional toll, guilt, and dangers of disease really put a dent in my desire to have casual sex. Don't knock it till you try it, but also realize there is a lot more to life than meaningless sex. Edit. People seem to think I am talking about sex itself, which I am not. I love sex, and consider it an important part of a relationship. It is an amazing and fun experience like no other. I was talking about the hooking up with a new person every week part of the comment. I've never been able to understand having casual sex either, but with someone you love is a lot more meaningful in my eyes. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm on PC. Post-grad life. Open bracket. M23. Got sick overnight. Been disabled for 10 months now. Shit prognosis but hoping I improve. Today I actually feel rather optimistic. What are you sick from? Me CFS triggered by a GI virus. I graduated school. Very fit. Loved yoga and running. Traveling. Going to shows. Perfectly unremarkable health. Got a GI virus and my health never recovered and continued to deteriorate. Went from running 20 miles a week to barely able to walk enough to do grocery shopping. Really ducking crazy. Open bracket. Never heard of it before either. Learning to play guitar. I work 10-12 hours shifts, so it's hard to find time when you're both exhausted and mentally tired out. Yes, the money is worth it, but I'd still like a lesson at least 1 hour per week. Edit. To everyone who commented on this thread, thank you so much for your advice and kindness. I'm going to set aside a day every week to dedicate it to this new skill. I greatly appreciate your help. Mate, honestly, playing guitar is one of the funnest and rewarding things out there. If you can, just pick up a cheap guitar and amp and just play, man. Just practice. It's a long learning process, but the more you play, the better your finger dexterity will get. r/guitar is a great subreddit for advice on learning and buying your first gear, as is YouTube. Try Rob Chapman on YouTube. He has some great older videos on starting out. A good way to learn songs you like is by using what's called tabs. It's basically like basic music score for guitar. It lists each string, then which fret to press down on with which finger. This is a great way to learn and practice songs. Remember, go. Practice. Practice, practice. Sorry for rambling. I just really enjoy guitar and love getting more people involved. Edit. Wow. This is now my most upvoted comment, I think. I'm glad it's about guitar. Thanks. Not finding my passion. I'm a 27-year-old software engineer but rather be doing medicine. Was always told I was too stupid and poor to go to medical school. Edit. I did not expect all these replies. Thank you all for the motivation. Definitely will take everyone's advice and do some research. Thank you Edit 2. Thank you for gold. If stupid gets you a software engineering degree then I am cripplingly retarded. Cheers to that amigo. Young love. I'm only 20, but everyone around me is in love and starting their lives and families. I feel like I'm falling behind. 20 is really early to start popping out kids. The typical age people have their first is 26-30, and as a guy if you freeze your sperm you can basically have kids whenever. Having children. I'm nearly 41 and the older I get the less appealing it looks. I mean, I don't think I can be asked with the hassle. You'll understand once you have your own, so you are telling me that I should do something unappealing anyways in the hopes that I magically take to it? Love and cute dates. Everyone says experience it while you're young, and I haven't experienced anything. I just can't wait until I get that one person, because they're gonna be so spoiled and go on the cutest dates. But I have all these plans and no one. Edit. My own thread made me download Tinder. Edit 2. Glad my biggest comment is about my dryness. College. I've spent more time than ever before on my computer and have less real friends than ever before since I moved away this summer. I moved to a different country for work 12 years ago. I never felt it until last year when my ex and I divorced. He has his family backing him up and I had no one. I am definitely missing my family and my support system. My family and close friends are far away from me and not able to psychically help or be there in day-to-day stuff. Instead of saying I am missing out, I want to look at it from a hopeful place and say that I want to have my own support system now. Healthcare. Why hello, fellow American. Having a relationship. Never had one. Women avoid me like the plague. Haven't figured out why. Traveling. Seeing the world and interacting with other cultures. Visiting historical significant locations to gain perspective on life before me. I have a deep sense of wanderlust. All the insane looking games coming out. Since having kids, I've barely had time to play anything. I can't justify even buying a current generation console. I read reviews for things like Red Dead Redemption 2 and I'm like cool, maybe I'll get to that in 20 years. I'm still plugging away at Skyrim on PS3. I have a copy of the first Red Dead Redemption that I've barely played any of yet. I feel like I'm missing out on something associated with video games. Give me a second to explain. During my younger years back when I was in high school and college, I was definitely a gamer. The release of a new title would leave me with a feeling like that of a kid on Christmas morning, albeit without the disappointment of opening a promising package and discovering socks. As I got older, though, the prospect of sitting down to play through a campaign, or even just waste some time in competitive multiplayer, stopped appealing to me, and I feel like it must be because I'm missing something. See, it used to be that games like the Red Dead Redemption sequel, which is the recent release that has everyone abuzz at the moment, would have me rushing through the day so that I could get back to holding a controller. Nowadays, I just see a vaguely interactive movie. Everyone went on about how Spider-Man was the best superhero title since Batman: Arkham Asylum. But both of those struck me as being a bunch of scripted sequences designed to trick players into thinking that their button presses were influencing the action. Year after year, all I can see is Shootin' Dudes 9, Go Get the Thing 6, Grinding Chronicles Online, Driven Around, Delaware Edition, or Sports Game 2019. Every so often, someone will come out with another installment of vaguely unique indie title. But even those don't hold my interest all the way through. I see other people playing these games and really enjoying them, and frankly, I kind of miss that feeling. On the plus side, I'm actually excited to receive socks these days. TL. Doctor, I'm missing out on level up noises, game over screens, and gaming enjoyment in general. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.